afternoon on this rainy day, but I just want to drop by just for a second. This is Life's Innovator, Tanesha, and I just want to drop by for a second. First of all, I'm going to definitely come back and say thank you and all that stuff for all the birthday gifts and all the text messages, calls, all that stuff, but this ain't that right now. I just want to drop by and say this: know your value and know your worth. Know your value and know your worth. Know exactly what it is that you're valued in, like what your value is and what you're worth. In other words, do not accompany those that do not understand the value and the worth of who you are. Because in this season and in this hour, there's a time and there's a season. And I don't want to go too prophetic in this, but I'll say this like this. This is the hour where you need to be able to identify who you are and know who you are. Please forgive me because I'm looking around. There's a lot of people walking, even though it's raining. But anyway, know who you are. Know who you are. Even in the company of great men and women, know who you are. In the company of people that you may feel that are nobody, but you need to know who you are within yourself. In other words, this is the season that you have to walk into your own confidence. You have to find out who you are. You have to know who you are. You have to know yourself. Face yourself in the mirror. Do whatever it is you need to do, but you need to accomplish and find out, who am I? Who am I? Who am I on the earth? Who am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to betray? So that you don't put on something that is not you. Have your identity. Have your own identity. Have who you are. Know who you are. Know your worth and know your value in this season. This is very important for you to know who you are and to know who you're valued to be and who God has called you to be, most of all. And just know this thing, because if not, you'll put on so many hats, you'll put on so many things, and you'll be things that you're not. You'll be things that you're not. You'll do things because you're pressured into doing it. You'll find yourself in a place of positioning in areas where you shouldn't be, because you're trying to be liked, you're trying to be this, you're trying to be that, you want to be noticed, you want to be whatever it may be. I just want to drop to you today and announce to you today, you need to know your own value and know exactly what it is that God has called you to do and who He's called you to be and how He's called you to be in. Don't let anybody put you in a box and dictate to you what you are supposed to be and how you're supposed to be. Spend your own time. Find out your own self. In other words, some of us, and I'll say this because I had to go through a season and a time of this, and I'll testify on this on another day, where I had to spend a season alone where I felt like nobody would answer my calls, nobody would take my calls, nobody had time for me, I just had to go through this. I had to go through this on my own, and I had to experience this. Of course, not on my own, I was with God, but it was that place where I was like, what is going on? I know everybody. If you see my phone, I got so many numbers. I mean, great men and women of God. I got numbers, CEOs, I got numbers. And I said, God, I don't understand. Why is it now that I can't get anyone to take my call on what I got going on, or whatever the case may be? But I had to understand, who are you? I had to learn my value. I had to understand who I was, and I had to understand that there were some things that you can't compromise in. I understand that this person may do it and that may do it or whatever. And I don't judge anybody. I will never put anybody or try to judge anybody for anything that they do in life. Do you, and do it to the fullest of your ability. I just know what I can't do. I know what I'm not allowed to do. But I say this, and I say this in love. Know your value. Know who you are. Know what God has called you to be, and know what God is calling you into. Don't let anybody devalue you in this season. I love you, but God loves you more. And I just want to spend a moment and just say this to you. I love you. Know your value and know your worth. Know your value and know your worth. Know your value and know your worth in this season. I was all over the place. I said a lot right there, but I'm just going to I'm going to let that marinate. Know your value and know your worth. Be confident. Be confident in who you are. Be confident in your own skin. Don't let anybody devalue you. Don't let anybody devalue you. Be confident. Be confident. I love you. Life's Innovator. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of y'all Sunday. Go on about your business. This was just a by the way, as I still continue to celebrate. Been through 3 funerals, all this, whatever the case may be. It's been a lot going on. But I still give God glory, and I'm grateful for this moment, and I'm grateful for this time and this new season and this new moment in my life. I love you all so much. I love you.